Two suspects are on the run after shooting at a police officer overnight. 12 News reporter Alex Torres Perez joins us now live. And Alex, what can you tell us tonight about the story?
Well, Mike, thankfully that Johnston police officer is doing okay and was not injured whatsoever. However, he is on paid administrative leave after he shot his weapon at the suspects. Now several law enforcement agencies are working around the clock to find those suspects. An active search for two suspects is underway after Johnston police say they led officers on a chase and shot at one of their own several times.
I don't know why people is so stressed, doing crazy things.
Taylor Castillo was woken up by the sound of gunfire just before 2 this morning. He says he heard about 8 shots and officers yelling to take cover.
Just try to be quiet at home because, this is wood.
North Providence police believes the two suspects may be linked to a separate shooting in Providence. The chase started when a Johnston police officer saw the silver van North Providence police were looking for. When they got to Maynard and Unit Streets in Providence, both suspects got out of the van and ran. That's when Johnston police say one of the suspects started shooting at officers and the shootout took place.
This incident illustrates the day-to-day, threat that officers face every day and the inherent dangers, that they experience in serving their communities. I mean, luckily in this incident, the officer wasn't struck. No bystanders in the neighborhood were struck, so that is a positive in all of this.
The suspects were able to get away, but the investigation is far from over.
As long as it takes to identify these suspects and bring them to justice.
Though those suspects are still on the loose, the Johnston police chief told me that he doesn't consider the public to be in any threat because he believes this is an isolated and targeted incident. Reporting live in Johnston, Alex Torres Perez, 12 News.
Two suspects are still at large tonight following a gunfight with a Johnston police officer in Providence's Mount Pleasant neighborhood early this morning. 12 News reporter Alex Torres Perez joins us now live with what she's learned about the investigation. Alex?
Mike, a Johnston police officer fired his weapon after one of the suspects shot at him. And people in the area told me that it was a terrifying scene to wake up to. Peaceful wind chimes fill the air on Unit Street, where hours prior a shootout took place.
I just hear all the, the gunshot, and the police, telling somebody gunshot.
Taylor Castillo was woken up by the sounds of bullets. He says he heard about 8 shots.
I just try to be quiet at home because, this is wood, so you can get hurt.
Johnston police says it all started after one of their officers spotted a silver van possibly connected to another shooting in Providence. That's when a chase through the city took place, eventually ending in the area of Maynard and Unit Streets, where 2 suspects got out of the van and ran.
At that time, one of the suspects turned around and fired multiple shots at the officer, and the officer returned fire. But at this time, we have not been able to verify whether or not that suspect was struck.
The officer was not hit, and several agencies spent the night trying to find the suspects. A Providence police incident report says 2 phones were found on the back fence of a nearby street. Officials hope it will give them a clue to identify the suspects who are still on the run. Is there any threat to the public?
There is no threat to the public. From everything we can tell, this was a targeted attack and an isolated incident.
Now, that officer who fired his weapon is on paid administrative leave as the Johnston Police Department conducts an internal review. The Attorney General's office is also investigating the shooting, and this is just standard procedure for these kinds of incidents. Reporting live in Johnston, Alex Torres Perez, 12 News.